Well, hello there. You're here, I'm here. Isn't that crazy? I'm Becca, so if you don't know me, now you do. I'm going to do something a little fun today that I'm really excited about, which is I'm going to be watching and reacting and sharing with you the experience of watching the very first episode of A Good Girl's Guide to Murder, the Netflix series. So I have loved this series for a long time now. It was definitely what got me into like YA mysteries. I think Good Girl's Guide to Murder was like my gateway book into reading like inheritance games, which I also love. I don't know. It's like YA mysteries are just fun because it just has a cozy element. Unless you read the third one. The third one's not so cozy. But anyway, if you know, you know. I just wanted to watch it with other book people. I wanted to record me watching it and hopefully get start a conversation in the comments about it. I always love watching adaptations. Sometimes they nail it. They're so good. I have no notes. And sometimes there's lots of notes. And I love this series. So anyway, I'm really excited to watch this, and I think it's kind of fun to get to watch it together. So let's do it. Ooh. Okay. This already feels a little bit like Your Little Liars. Based on the novel. Oh, cool casting. Oh, I like that line.
You need to be eyes on Penton. Mrs. Penton's never going to serve you if she knows your birthday. Well, she's not currently until. Hang on. I have this. It's literally 27.
Hold up. I think a small detail I forgot when reading the entire series and the novella, I didn't realize they're British. And I feel like that's such an American thing to say. I'm like, I just figured they were American. But like Pip is so much more of a British name. And like, I mean, obviously it's a nickname, but still. Okay, alright. That's selfish of me. Okay, they're British. They're British. Oh my gosh, I love Pip so much. It's such a good cast.
Hi. Hi.
That was my face.
Are you here as some kind of a decoy?
Yes.
Bye, what do they even do? Gale from the Roots. It's been so long since I've read these. This smells like.
Ah. Well, first you need to walk the dog.
Hey, idiots! You dropped your communal brain cell!
Tell him, Pip. That's how you'd like.
Hey, Pip. Have you seen Andy?
They did not look like they go to. Why you look so scared?
I've decided what I'm doing my EPQ on.
I'm going to solve the Andy Bell case.
Hell yes.
Come on, you knew Sal too. He was head boy, he was going to Cambridge.
This just sounds so much more British than the book. Are we sure the book was British, or did they change this?
Andy was last seen.
Oh, we don't want to get like a library?
It is believed to be that of 18-year-old Salil Singh, the boyfriend of missing teenager.
Which is when I thought of the Andy Bell case and your brother. And I was wondering if I could ask you some questions.
Oh wow, I think you should go.
What?
My brother's dead.
Yep. So bad music. Yeah, go towards the creepy cabin in the woods where the dead girl was discovered. It's a good idea. Don't let the dog go in first, my god. Skadoodle your poodle on out there. Oh, Rebecca, that's my name. Andy. Come on.
Cute dog.
Sorry, did I scare you?
Just thought you were someone else. Don't worry. People always get us confused.
Hastings party with him.
No.
They all look like completely different ages.
Well, the socks, you simply check them on the way into the washing machine and then you check them on the way out. It's not rocket science.
What a weird thing to practice. There was my son.
Sure. I don't understand. Obviously, time.
Is it okay if I record it?
We were all at Max's playing Super Mario Party, so I left early.
Who's we?
Jake, my son,
What time did Sal leave exactly?
10:30 p.m.
said he was tired.
Just coming.
I'm disregarding your wishes and boundaries. So excited this is a show. She wrote the like this.
There are people from school here.
I didn't know there was a whole Stars of the Silver Screen thing.
If you're chafing,
I just need to go to Paris.
Be sneakier. Good. You don't stick out at all, so. How are you the least sneaky fucking person? Like, what reason do you have for being there? You gotta have a story, Starfish.
You know what happens to nosy Parkers, don't you?
Oh. Perfect.
Amy's wasted acting weird. Put her in the car. We need to go. Dark forces are at work here. A good-looking man just tried to steal my nose.
We'll get more scenes in this costume.
Hi.
Hi.
I have important information for Ravi.
From a galaxy far, far away?
No, I live on Martin's End Way.
Come.
Sorry.
Constant.
I came to tell you something.
Is it that you've completely lost your mind? But why are you here?
To tell you something. Came to see them.
So you thought you'd ride in like some white knight, come to save us?
No, I didn't think that.
He didn't write the confession.
Weird that the detectives missed that. It's always funny seeing things like, when you read it, I feel like I'm much more forgiving than when I see it in the show. Nice. Okay. So that was episode 1. It's always so interesting to see the way that shows or movies will reorder what happened in books or things that they choose to show to like keep things going. Like it's just so, I think what's really cool because of being on the film side, since I work in the industry and then also being a reader, it's really cool to have one story that you're telling and then see it told 2 completely different ways. And sometimes the movies, or sometimes the changes that movies and TV shows make are so egregious that you're like, this is not the same story at all. Like, you've changed so many things that it's barely an inspiration. Like, definitely not the thing. I think that the shows and the movies that do adaptations really well are the ones where they keep all the facts the same, they just assemble them differently. And I think that's really cool because there's only so many tools that a book has that it can tell a story, and there's only so many tools that a movie or a TV show has that they can tell a story. You know, like a book relies so heavily on imagination, whereas movies and shows, they show it much more. You know, it's not just like alluded to. It can be, but it's just not as subtle. And it's just really interesting to see the same story. I think so far they're keeping pretty close to the book, and it's just like reordered a little bit. That being said, it's been a while since I've read it, so especially the first one. So if I had just read it, I'd be like, this is different, and this is different, and that doesn't happen, and that, you know, like, so it's fun to watch. If I just feel like, I'm like, oh my god, like Sal and Andy and Pip and all that. I'm like, oh gosh, that's cool. And it's cool to see the casting. Like, I haven't seen a lot of these people and stuff, and so a lot of these actors. So that's really cool to see the casting and see it kind of come to life. Crazy that it's British. I'm literally gonna look at it. Okay, let's see if the book is British. Like, did I just lose my mind? Okay. Good Girl's Guide to Murder book location. Wow. That's so wow. Wow. Okay. I'm sure at some point I knew that it was British. Like, I'm sure when she first described it, I was like, oh, right. Yeah, that's really interesting. It also reminds me of Pretty Little Liars, and it reminds me of Only Murders in the Building. It kind of gives those vibes, which is cool because I like both of those things. So yeah, overall I really liked it. I liked episode 1. I'm excited to keep watching it with y'all. It's been really fun. I like just like hanging out, and it's just like we're on a FaceTime call. Sometimes when I'm watching things with people who, like my friends or my family that don't live here, but we want to watch something together, we'll get on FaceTime and then we like press play at the same time and then just like have each other on. So I feel like this is kind of what that was. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if this is something you like. I like making them, so I probably will just keep making them, even if it's just for the one other person who also watches the show and happens to watch this video. Then we can all talk about it. But yeah, this definitely felt like something, if I had an like in-person book club, this feels like something we would watch together. So I'm glad that you got to be a part of my virtual book club. If you're watching it, let me know and what you're thinking of the show so far. If you think it deviates from the books, if there's details that you remember that I'm not, but yeah, let me know. And until then, I'll see you in the next one. Bye. Yeah. Baby Joe. Bye. Bye.